Free! What's she gonna do? Luke was running around waiting for her to come in because she was calling out. So I said, well, all right. Probably gonna have herself a good old roll. Luke's rolling. And that's Lena's spot right about there. Will she make it over? Right here. It's an upside down horse. Oh, here comes Luke. Okay, so you flick his head out of the barrel so quick for. Okay, we're gonna go get one more bay. One more. Be nice. Okay, got our second bay. Mr. Wilde is going down for a roll. Nope. One more. Wait till he gets up. He's going to take off like a rocket. He's such a big boy. He's got some real weight behind him. They're really quite thick. So I've chosen these three. One, because I already had Luke. And then Lena was sort of indicating she'd like to have a chit chat. And then her and Mr. Wilde, who is behind her, have done a lot of talking over time, and I thought they should probably work something out. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say Lena's in heat. She's not settling for Luke right now. So she's ready to tell him to take off. Or maybe not. Okay, so I've actually had a lot of people, secondary thing, I've had a lot of people ask the difference between Luke and Mr. Wilde. So we're going to discuss that because these two do look very similar. He's noisy. First thing is he's a lot noisier. He has that sheath thing going on, and the theory that goes around is that they can sort of get a little air in there or something like that, and then they squeeze some abdominal muscles of some sorts, and it makes a noise. And usually they'll do it when they're trying to be bigger, a little bit bigger, stronger, more formidable, more noticeable, those kinds of things. Sometimes they'll do it to be sort of aggressive in a way. So, okay, so the differences between Luke and Mr. Wilde, well, they aren't significant, but they're definitely there. So let's take a look at Mr. Wilde first. First thing, actually that's the difference between these two, is their socks. So Mr. Wilde's is on his right. He's got a white sock on his right. So there's that. And then Luke's is on his left. So he's got a white sock on his back leg on his left. So the way to remember it is sort of Luke left. So Luke's left sock. He's come on the other side of Lena. How's this going to sort itself out, I wonder? And second thing is Luke is a lot darker. He is much... Yeah, if I didn't know better, I'm pretty sure he's going to try to jump on top of Lena. We'll see how this goes. Ah! He just got kicked in the tum-tums. Watch out, Luke. He doesn't seem to care that much. Although, if I were to guess, he's a little winded. He looks a little off. Oh, maybe not. That's pretty good. Looks slightly off. It's like getting punched in the stomach, except it's a horse kick. So he might be a little sting there. It's not slowing him down much. Somehow he's got to get rid of Luke. Anyhow, so Luke is a lot darker. We can sort of see he's got, summertime he's a little lighter, but in the wintertime he's much darker. In the wintertime he's also, or summertime he's also darker. He's much more of a dark brown, I guess you could say, than Mr. Wilde, who is more of a light brown. So that's Luke's darkness, and that's his. So you can see he's a lot lighter. The other thing is their shape. I don't know if he's going to make it in. He's trying. He really wants to. Nature says get in there. Says be tough. Sort it out. The other thing is their shape. So Luke is supposedly an appendix, which is a cross between a quarter horse and a thoroughbred, which can sometimes be kind of gangly and odd looking, which is what he is. Mr. Wilde is we don't know, he's a wildie, so he's a bit of he's a mutt in the horse world. But he's got fantastic, hello friend, I wanted to get a side profile of you because you look so good. So he's a mix of whatever. Dude, you got punched in the stomach, are you okay? Which side was it? Let's see. I don't see any marks. He's had enough of me. And then, so here, if we can get Luke from the side, we can see he's got a different back and slightly different hips to him. You see he's a little more thoroughbred-y, I guess you could say. So, high withers, right, his withers come up high. Luke is also a bit downhill, is what we call it, whereas Mr. Wilde here is pretty balanced. Like he's got a really good profile to him. Where'd you get kicked? Which side was it? I don't remember. I'll have to look back later, but I don't see anything on this side. Let me take a look here. Looks clean, no injuries, just a good thump. Come around the other side, take a look for the record. Now then, hi buddy. Don't be so worried. I'm just looking. How about the eyeball? Come here. I know you're very busy. I get it. I'm out. So those are the main differences. We've got shape. We've got left sock, left foot, Luke for left, or left for Luke, or LL. Luke says Lena smells good. See if he does it again. And his is on the right. You see? Other than that, they don't have socks, so that's where they're very similar. They're similar in size. They're similar in sort of playtime demeanor for the most part. Similar tails, both dark, go to the ground, long tails. They're similar in their mane, although I think Luke's is a little bit shorter, so that might be a little bit more noticeable. But very, very similar. And their face is quite different. Mr. Wilde has sort of a bulkier, bigger face. You can see his shape is thicker. Let's go see Luke for a second. Luke's got a little bit more of a finer face, kind of like a thoroughbred, I guess you could say. But he's got a smaller sort of jaw and a different sort of nose. And hello, Lena. How's it going? And a more narrow sort of face. If I can get him to come off the fence for a second. Back up. One more. Yeah. Just back up for a second. Oh, he says no. Back up. I just muscle him into a position. Okay. And then you can see here, he's got a more narrow sort of nose and face. Thanks, buddy. Sorry I had to push you around a little. But I just needed the right position. So that's Luke's profile. Smaller face. But other than that, yeah, I get it. I understand why people get confused between the two, but when I point it out, you'll see much darker, much lighter, different face, right? Got a bigger, chunkier face compared to Luke, which is more almost a fine bone in a way. So, what are you gonna do, man? They're leaving you. They're going over there to have a bit of a co-groomings. Says, I like my moss. It's quite tasty. Looking over at Gracie. I've always had something to say. But yeah, I think Lena's in heat, so I'll leave her with the boys just a little bit. Oh. Somebody asked me if Luke ever pushes Lena around, and the answer is yes. Yes, he does. Sometimes he has great success, and sometimes not. When she's in heat, he has a little more luck. Or a little more desire. I'm not really sure which one it is. But the answer is absolutely. So hopefully that's answered that question. And these guys can get things sorted out, because honestly, these two, they fight a lot over the fence, or argue, or talk to each other a lot. So I thought it would be kind of a good idea to have them talk with each other, and Luke was already out and blah blah blah. So it's doing double duty on reasoning. Look at Lena's face. She's gotta go pee. Oh, there goes Luke's face. Horses, nature. That's the way it works. Anyhow, so I'll leave it at that, I guess. I imagine they're going to sort of just quietly mosey around and socialize, as they do. I'll probably chuck out a few more horses with them once I feel like it's all sorted out. And do some chores. Let's get on with things as normal. But these two have been friends forever, ever since this place has come to life. Yeah. So, this is the difference between those two. And hopefully it all makes sense. Any more questions, let me know. Luke's also older. I think he's almost 10. Might be 10 this year. I know, he's smelling something. I smell a campfire right now. Somebody's got a fire going. I just smelt it myself too. And he's only coming on 5, I think, this year. So half his age. Half of Luke's age. So that's the other big difference. Although you never really know. It's hard to tell a horse's age. Lena's 16 going on 17, I think. So she's an old horse. Just kidding. I'm middle-aged. Hello, Lena. You're such a good girl. Comes Luke. These three have got to they've become very interesting. I thought I would show you what's going on. Lena's actually, she's sort of stuck in the middle. Where she's followed this guy over. I came over here because I'm working on chores and stuff. I'd come to say hello. He came over and she followed him. And Luke's right behind her, chewing on her legs and rubbing on her and stuff. It is fantastically interesting. See? And yet, probably 70% of the time, she's sort of told Mr. Wilde where to go. I don't know if he's going to come to me. He's coming to me now. I don't want to. I didn't want to scratch you. He says, give me a scratch immediately. Well, it's a lot of horse on the scrad, no. So I stepped back. I've introduced the idea that he can come on into my space. How about that? Look what I taught him. Just bump his nose. Like, no. He doesn't care. Look at his eyes. Oh. Chitty chatty, chitty chatty. So close. I can hear some movement. Yes, I know. Yeah, anyhow, I know I've come back to the video again just because I watched these three, and I just think you guys are super interesting as I go about doing chores and stuff. But it's quite the evening right now, or late afternoon sort of thing. Look, what is he doing? Let's come around. Let's come around the outside of Mr. Wilde. Hopefully I don't have an ill effect. Look at him. I knew he was doing something weird. I've got this monkey coming in behind me, trying to chew on me, because I've taught him to chew on me now, and then I'll move. Ack. Just fascinating. Poor Lena, eh? Luke's personal scratching post. Once in a while. Dude, I don't want to do that. Oh, everybody's moving. Not saying he has control of things, but he's getting there. He's sort of starting to sort things out a bit. Yeah. He's getting smarter, getting wiser, getting older. Okay, well, let's properly end this here. And, oh, he's going over. He's creating movement. He's got drive, no draw, but he does have it sometimes, as you saw at the beginning of the video. Fascinating stuff. What's with that? I want to know. Okay, that's it. That's proper it. I will see you guys in the next video.